Welcome to the One-Stop Dragon Shop Workshop, where we give you the tools to unleash your creativity. We are Alice Brown and Lady V. And today we are going over author do's and don'ts.
Very important to know some of these.
Yes.
So what do we have for number 1?
How to react to bad reviews.
Oh, this is a good one.
I'm almost scared to have Alice here for this one.
In short, how to act bad reviews is you don't. Now let me explain. It is very easy to get blasted with an Amazon review or a Goodreads review or whatever, and we as authors take this very personally. I understand. I've been there myself. The worst thing you can do, though, is to get online and argue with a potential fan, even if they hate your work.
We'll just call them a reviewer.
Yeah,
if they hate your review,
yeah.
I'm not going to say that they're a fan.
Okay, reviewer. All right, that works. Now, that's the worst thing you can do, because then everybody sees this. You are better off just leaving it alone. In the long term, 1 or 2 bad reviews is not going to matter one bit. We have a bad review on one of our books that has been out there for a couple years now. The person that left it knew us personally. It started off as a 5-star review. Then something happened and they took it to a 2, just
Out of spite.
out of pure, meanness. That was it. That was the bottom line.
That 2-star review has not hindered the sales of those books. It has not hindered any of the other reviews of those books.
No, it has not at all. So just let it go. Not everybody is going to like your book. That is the reason why there's so many genres and so many writers and so many readers, because we all have our own different take on things. So if somebody doesn't care for your style of writing, just let it go. That's the easiest thing to do and the best thing for you as an author. Now, with that being said, if you have beta readers or something like that go, hey, this needs to be reworded, or if they bring up a grammatical error, don't take that personally. That person is trying to help you.
There's a difference between just a bad review out of spite, meanness, dislike for your writing style, and a critiquing review. Somebody who's going, this was a good book, but I can see where there's some issues here that kind of need to be fleshed out a little bit.
Or, grammatical errors that need to be fixed, or whatever have you. And that happens. And take that in consideration. Don't take it personally. Take it back to the drawing board and go, okay, I still have some work to do on this.
That's what makes us grow as authors.
Exactly.
So, number 2, do advertise your book. There is no such thing as over-advertising your book. Think of publishing a book like throwing it into a tornado. This is a reference that we have used for years. When you publish a book, it's almost as if throwing it out into a tornado of thousands of other books, millions of other books. Even in your own genre. You write romance. There are bazillion different other romance novels.
Yes. Paranormal, same way.
Paranormal is another good one. Science fiction. There is a million different books in science fiction. Huge. So when it comes to advertising your book, A, you can never start advertising it too soon. And B, you can never over-advertise it. Keep talking about your book. Talk about it as if it is your biggest passion, because it should be. Talk about it in every circle, whether it's in person, online, chat rooms. Talk about it. Talk about your work. Talk about your book. Talk about your passions. You can never over talk about it. And if you get told that you're over talking about it, stop talking to that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't stop talking. Just stop talking to that person. Because you're going to have people out there who get very intimidated by you and your passion and your natural born driven personality stuck in a 9-to-5 job. And you're going to deal with that quite a lot as an author. So, start advertising your book. Start as soon as you are writing it. Start talking to people, your friends, in other chats on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook of writers, and go, hey, I started this book. I'm halfway through writing this book. Start talking as soon as you feel comfortable with putting out there that you're writing.
Very good advice. Okay, for number 3, do have your book previewed before hitting that publish button.
Yes, this is a big one.
This is a very big one.
This one actually goes a little bit back to number 1 on, how to react to bad reviews. You need it previewed.
Mm-hmm.
There are several different programs out there that will read your book, review it in a sort, and help you critique grammatical errors, but you still need an actual human being to read your book, to review it for you, not necessarily for reviewing it for something going out online, but you need it reviewed in order to understand how it flows, how the reader can flow with it. Does it project a picture in their mind when they're reading? Because that is the best time when you're reading a book, is when you open that book and you're so immersed that you don't even see the real world around you. You just see nothing but the world that the author has painted before the reader.
Well, one of the problems that I noticed on the editing software programs that are out there is most of them do not catch a word that there is 2 spellings for, like there and there, or 2 and 2. It will not catch that. And so if you use the wrong form, chances are very good that program is not going to catch it, and you're going to have an error on your hands. This is where humans come in and can, go behind you and point this out to you.
It's not even going to catch different spellings of names. So if you have a character Blaine, well, there's 2 ways of spelling Blaine, one with an E and one without an E.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're writing your book, it's not going to catch that you wrote half the book with an E and half the book without an E.
Exactly. So have at least one person. I know authors that have a team of beta readers, and that if you've got a close-knit group that you trust, that is your best bet. Pass that book to them and go, give me some feedback. Catch any grammatical errors, give me feedback on the storyline itself, if everything flushes out.
I would also say yourself to something that we ended up doing with our recent book that's getting ready to come out, Elise Train DoD 6, Dragons of Dragonos 6, was we wrote it, we edited it, we handed it to beta readers, and while it was with our beta readers, we kind of took a left turn and cleansed our palates. We read books that we had read before that were just kind of our comfort reads. And when we got it back from beta readers after making the corrections, we went through it again, and we were able to see a few extra things that even the beta readers might have missed. So
it's always important.
Always give yourself that break too.
I know an author that I used to work with years ago who refused. They were a self-publishing author, and they refused to have any kind of grammatical, anybody read it beforehand, anything. And I was like, my goodness, are they really that good? Well, I got a hold of their book, and believe me, they weren't.
No, come to find out they were just a man.
Yeah, and they were horrible and very, I guess, conceited, I guess.
I would say conceited, yes.
Yeah, they didn't feel like they needed it, and I'm like, oh, honey, yes, you do. Very much so. So, even as good as you might think you are in English, and, I've gotten straight A's in English, I'm great, always have someone else review that work before you hit the publish button.
As an author, you tend to see what isn't there on the page because you see the story in your mind at the same time. And I think that's what helped
about that.
I think that's what helped with this last time when we took that break and then revisited the book again.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to catch a few small things that needed to be fixed.
Yeah, there was a couple of just where I, forgot
Commas
quotation marks or something like that. Okay, next on our list is don't start drama on social media or online just for clicks. And this is a big pet peeve of me because I see authors who have been in the field for years that should know better that still do this. They, for whatever reason, they start seeing things slack off and they're like, oh, we know the best way of getting clicks and getting things bumped back up there is just start some trouble. Don't do it. It is not worth it.
I will give leniency for if there is something going on that you A, feel very strongly about, or B, it affects you directly. yes, I'm going to give you a little bit of leniency to put your opinion out there on that. Or if it affects your work.
Yeah, but I have seen authors just bash other authors.
Oh
my God,
not.
I thought this author was a female and I found out it was a male. Who cares? If a male author can get me interested in their story and can tap into those emotions that I'm looking for in a story, God bless them. I don't care. Why are you doing that to fellow authors? That there is no need for it.
Yeah.
We're on this together. Work together.
It doesn't need to happen, and it puts you in the light of being a Karen. For lack of better words that I'd rather not say online, it puts you in the light of being a Karen, or a Barbara, or a Brenda, whatever the name is that everybody's using these days. That person.
With it. Yeah.
That person.
Okay, and last on our list is do not exchange email lists with other authors.
Oh, I have a hard one with this one.
This is another one that I feel very, very strongly about because we have been approached multiple times by other authors. Well, let's exchange email list. No, just say no, period.
I will not do that because I do not want to breach the line of trust I have built with my readers, with my fans, with my customers.
Exactly. I was going to say, those fans of yours have given you their information in trust. And for you to give it to somebody else without them knowing it, that's a breach of trust, plain and simple. And I know for us, we have a couple people that, for reasons I'm not going to go into, their information cannot come to light. And I take a lot of responsibility for that. And I make sure that it is under lock and key at all times, that there's no way anybody can get a hold of it. And I refuse to switch out email or addresses or anything with anybody. When you sign up, I clearly state your information is confidential and it will stay confidential. Personally, I absolutely hate it when big companies sell my information. Verizon, I'm talking to you. I hate it. And so I refuse to do that to my customers. I respect my customers a lot more than that. I will never do that. And I highly recommend you don't do it either.
I will say, if you come across an author who's like, hey, let's team up, a good way to approach things instead of going for a email swap is say, okay, I will put you out on my newsletter and say, if you are interested in this author, please go join their newsletter. But absolutely, under no circumstances, swap newsletter information or mailing list information with other people. That is a hard no.
No. So that is it for this week. We hope you join us again next week for another segment. And until then, have a great day.